go-getter. Elizabeth, you are a go-getter. Golden agents, meaning that we are go-getters, you are go-getters. You are also here to capture opportunities, Go-getters capture opportunities, and they also make rules, and we are also here to learn, we are here to learn. We are here to develop ourselves to be a disciplined force, a disciplined people that can be able to change our country, a disciplined people that can be able to change the landscape of real estate and our organizations, our agency, so that we make ourselves better. We are here as golden agents to be executors. There is one thing to say something, there is another to execute. We want to execute our transactions, execute our businesses, execute our sales. So we are here, and we're also here to learn new things. We are here to learn new things. That's the meaning of the word golden agent. We are go-getters. We are here to capture opportunities, to seize opportunities, and we are here to learn. We are here to be mentored, we are here to learn, and we are here to develop our discipline, because without the discipline, you cannot achieve much. People with discipline, they achieve more. And definitely you can have discipline, you can be a go-getter, but if you don't execute, if you just smile and you don't act, it remains a smile. If you meet a customer out there and say, hey, I'm working for so-and-so, and then you don't ask for a lead, it remains that kind of contact. And of course, we are here to learn new things, golden agents. So we are golden agents, and maybe somebody is asking, hey, Wachiuri, why this group? Why the golden team? Why develop this golden team in the next 7 sessions? Why develop this golden team? Why develop them? We have 7 reasons why I think and I thought that it's good to develop a team, this golden team, having come from the background of doing agency. And I know the challenges that, any business, be it agency, be it any kind of business, the challenges that businesses face. So the thought of coming up with this particular group and not normal mentorship of golden agents is to help you, to help ourselves, to help us to create new opportunities, creating new opportunities. By the end of this mentorship, you'll be able to establish, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to smell new opportunities across our industry of real estate. And creating these opportunities means we need to empower, to encourage one another. And we also need to encourage people who are not here. I know some of you, you have teams that you are managing. You also need to encourage them to create more opportunities, because everyone needs to create an opportunity for our organizations and also for ourselves. And also to make the future better. Yes, everybody wants to make the future better. This is the purpose of this golden team. Purpose number 2, or the objective number 2 of this team is wealth creation. Yes, wealth creation. We are here to create wealth. People who are running their own organizations here, they have one purpose. Other than job creation, they are also creating wealth, not only for themselves, but for the future generations and also the current generation. And how do we create wealth? Mentorship, learning through mentorship. They say that the mentorship is better than experience, because a mentor will tell you where he was, what happened, and how you can do things differently. And definitely, as we create wealth, how do you create wealth? By gaining more knowledge. Yes, we shall gain more knowledge, because knowledge attracts. We are told in the Bible that there is a certain king. This king was called Solomon. And Solomon was extremely wealthy, very wealthy. And the word of God says that this man had a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That means if you have knowledge, you will attract wealth. Okay. Wealth creation. We need to train ourselves, and we are here to sharpen one another, train one another, so that we are able to create, to attract this wealth. And then number 3 is networking. Networking. They say network is net worth. We are going to build relationships. That's why for all of us here, we may not know each other, but I think we shall create opportunities that we can be able to meet and discover and know each other, so that we're able to build solid relationship. We are able to support one another, because all of us, we have different strengths. different energies, different perspectives. And once we come together, we can be able to create a huge movement. The purpose of this golden team is to organize ourselves. You know, we are planning here, and we'll be planning with Nagilai on how we can take all these team members to one of our projects, because it is one thing to learn theory, it's another to learn practical things. So we're going to be very practical. So in the new year, we shall plan a trip, maybe through SGR, and we go together and see what is happening on the other side of the country. Okay, and this is a kind of an opportunity to know one another, an opportunity for team building, an opportunity to see what Optiven is doing, and it's going to be very, very exciting for this golden team. And then number 5, empowering each other. Empowering each other. We are all differently talented. Everybody has got their own talents. We are all different, and we can be able to empower each other. What Emma Kenyajui knows, maybe Maximilian doesn't know. What Maximilian knows, maybe Martin Boro doesn't know. So what Elizabeth Moja knows will be different from Jane Joe. So we are going to learn from each other, empowering one another, sharing experiences so that we are able to know what can we do best. Also sharing challenges. Yeah, our industry is very challenging. We'll be sharing these challenges to see what's happening in the other part of town. And I think this is very, very interesting. You know, the other day I was speaking to a student from Netherlands. Then I was asking this guy, why do you want to come and work with Optiven? You know, you are all the way from Netherlands. You are graduating soon. And then this guy told me, I want to come to Africa, you know, empower myself, and also see what happens in Africa. So that means if people are coming from all the way from Europe to come to Kenya to learn, what about ourselves? We can be able to empower, to energize each other so that we are able to be better teams, better people, better individuals. And then number 6, for this golden team, the purpose of this team is ensuring that we keep hope alive. You know, I am in this industry of real estate, and I've been handling a lot of CEOs that are throwing the towel. They're saying, hey, George, the economy is tough. You know, I'm being auctioned. And a lot of people out there, they are losing hope. And this team is going to encourage ourselves, to encourage you, encourage each other to ensure that we keep hope alive. Any business that doesn't have hope, it collapses. So that's why every morning we pray to have a good day. We pray our Father who is in heaven to give us our daily bread. Why? We want to keep the hope alive so that if Grace is discouraged, Grace can reach out to Maximilian to say, hey, how is it going? What is happening? Keeping hope alive. And then finally, ensuring the future is better. Ensuring that the future is exceedingly good. Life is about hoping that the future is good, is going to be good. The future is going to be exceedingly good. And that's why the people I mentor, I always tell them, don't be the deliverer of bad news. When somebody asks you, hey, Elizabeth Mwenja, how is it going? The first thing you say, things are tough. When you say things are tough, definitely they're going to be very tough. Because what you confess is what you attract. But if somebody asks you, hey, Emma, how is it going in Roiro? Are you selling? You should say, yes, we are pushing. We are hoping things are going to work out well. You know, ensuring that you are confessing the future. You are prophesying to the future that the future is going to be exceedingly good. The other day, I was telling somebody that over COVID, a lot of companies closed down. There are many, and some of them have never opened. And one of the CEOs, who is a friend of mine, was such a negative confessor. You know, he was always confessing negatively, and he was the first one to close. In fact, he said, "COVID natumaliza." I told him, no, please don't say that. Say you'll survive, you thrive over COVID. And of course, he could not agree, and he closed. The same case with all of us, the work we are doing. If you always confess defeat, the defeat will find you easily. In fact, it will find a path to settle unto you. So don't confess it. Say we are thriving. Regardless of what is happening, we are thriving. And that's the purpose of this golden team. Creating opportunities, wealth creation, networking. We are going to encourage team building through a trip organized by Optiven, empowering each other, ensuring we keep hope alive, and finally, ensuring that the future is exceedingly good. Maybe somebody's asking, hey, where Wachiuri? Why are we here now at night? Why are we here? We want to shape you, to shape ourselves, because even as I research on what to present, I also learn that by the end of 7 sessions, you are going to be a very optimistic person. They say optimism attracts. Yeah, optimism attracts. Currently, we are recruiting some people to, some marketers, some salespeople for the year 2025. For the last 3 weeks, we have been recruiting. Every day we are recruiting. We are targeting about 60 new members of staff. And one of the things we test when we are recruiting is optimism. You can be asked one question by our human resource and you are dropped, because we want to see, are you an optimistic person or you are a pessimist? Life is controlled by optimistic people. The world is controlled by, yes, we can. The world is controlled by, we can change Africa. Optimism. Your organization is controlled by optimism. If you are leading an organization and you are the kind of a person who is pessimistic, I don't need to be a prophet that your company is going to struggle. So by the end of it, this team here, we are going to support each other. We are going to create a friendly environment, and we are going to make ourselves very optimistic. We are also going to make ourselves very purposeful, having a vision. Very purposeful, having a vision. And maybe that's why all of us, I don't know how many are we now. Let me see how many we are. We are 15 of us. Assignment number 1, you need to write down, what do you want to achieve by the end of the 7 sessions? What do you want to achieve? And we usually call Nagirai our vice chancellor in the other mentorship group. I think he needs to retain this position for the vice chancellor. Kazi yake is to mark exams and marking assignments. So he has heard that the assignment number 1, you need to write in a one statement, not a whole page, one statement, Emma. What do you want to achieve by the end of these 7 sessions? What do you want to achieve? What's your purpose? What's your vision? Unataka kuona nini? Without vision, people perish. You must have a vision. Habakkuk 2:2. Write your vision in big letters. Paste it somewhere. Put it somewhere. Have a look at it. And I'll be so happy to receive testimonials that this and that happened after the mentorship. Why this group? Why are we here? We want to nurture the talents. Yeah, everybody is talented. Nobody is born without a talent. There is a talent right here. When I look at all of you, I just see talents. I see talent in Grace. I see talent in Martin, Elizabeth. I just see talents. I just see talents. We are all talented. But are we utilizing these talents? There's a story that is told of people who are given different talents. Some was given 5, another one 2, another one given 1. And it was recorded that the one who was given 1, he went and buried it, waiting for the owner of the talent, the master, to come. When the master came, he produced very clean talent, unutilized, and said, hey, what you gave me is right here. Another guy who had 5. He went out there in the marketplace, went to Mombasa, went to Vipingo, went to Kitale, and utilized the talents. And when the master came, says, I have 10. And you know the story. The one who did not utilize, his was taken. So all of us, we have talents. Are you utilizing your talent? Some of you, your standing posture is enough to sell a product. Some of you, your smile is enough to have somebody purchase Vipingo 1 quote at 6 million, and you get a commission of 3% or 5%. Are you using that talent? Some of you are orators. You can talk, you can speak, but instead of using that talent, bringing you gold or silver, you use that talent of speaking to gossip others. Can you imagine what a misuse of talents? And everybody has got a talent. The other people, their hands are blessed. Whatever they touch, they prosper. And that is George Wachiuri. That's why I always make a joke. You come and greet me, you also prosper. These are talents given by the master. Ask yourself, are there some talents that you have, but you have buried them? Okay. And of course, as a team, we must hype our innovation. The business of today and tomorrow is captured, is seized by innovative people. If you're not innovative, I can tell you the business will stagnate. If you look at Optiven, I think we are the most innovative organization in Africa. We are always doing things differently. Today I had a meeting with a team of experts, and we are thinking on how we can convert our properties to be the center of Go Green, the center of environment, the center whereby we train our customers on how to take care of the environment, how to manage water, how to make the environment green, how to do circular economy. We are always thinking, what next? The same case with you. You must always think, how can you make your organization, your agency, more innovative, doing things differently than anybody else? And once you are different, definitely you attract the wealth, you attract the resources, you attract the right people. And that's why you find that Optiven, we are always number one. I think this year alone, we have won over 20 awards, including yesterday. Actually, yesterday we won an award. Last week we won 3. I think every month. Why? Because of something called innovation. Ask yourself, are you doing things out of copying other people, or do you have a thinking seat whereby you just think on how you can do things differently? Innovation. Sometimes I look at some people and I pity them, because when they go out there in the market, they copy the other people's colors, they copy even the content, they copy the fonts. That is not innovation. That is copying. And you cannot go very far by copying. Don't worry. Don't worry about copying other people. Just do your stuff. Don't worry about competition. In fact, for me, I believe there's no competition. And if you want to be my friend, please, when you talk to me, don't talk about competition. I believe there's no competition. You only need to compete with yourself. Do things so well that you're competing with yourself. There's always a saying, people who know me, I always quote, that when I was a young person, my late mother used to tell me, if you want to open a nice butchery, don't go where there are no other butcheries. Go where others are and open a butchery right there, because some people can come and buy. That's why maybe someone is wondering, hey, Wachiuri, why are you mentoring real estate? And not only this session, I mentor them, the young ones. Why? I believe zero competition. And when all of us are thriving, Kenya is thriving. When all of us are thriving, our villages are thriving. When all of us are thriving, Africa is thriving. So please, I want to urge all of you, Maximilian, be as innovative as it can be. Be as innovative. Emma, be as innovative as it can be, innovation. And definitely, by the end of this, we shall see a team that is victorious. We shall have testimonies among testimonies. What has happened? Success can be copied. And success can be copied. So if you do what success people do, it means that you're going to be victorious. And since I'm here, I'm going to share with you, copy those things, innovate a little bit out of those things. And then what happens? You'll be victorious. We shall hear testimonies, and definitely doing things in an excellent way. Please, if you want to do something, do it in an excellent way. No, not half-heartedly. Just do it. Go there and do it. Do it so well that people be asking, who did this? There's a story of a certain sweeper who was hired to sweep a master's house. And every time this guy was sweeping, he was so tired. He could go along the door frames, wiping those frames, removing all the dirt everywhere. Until one time the master asked him, what motivates you that you're doing things so well? And then says, I believe in doing things in an excellent way. The same case with all of us. When you handle a customer out there who want to see a property to buy, are you the kind of a person who report late? The customer is there at 10. You agreed very well. Let's meet at the site exactly at 10. The customer is there at 9:55. Then you appear at noon. That is not doing things excellently. People who do things excellently, they keep time. you are there in good time, especially our industry have no provision for lateness. I'm sure you are aware that real estate is very sensitive. Like for us, when we do a project, we tell people we don't want to be late on title production. And when we are late, we tell people in advance. Okay? Why? We want to do things excellently. Then finally, you as an individual, you must be notable. You must be visible. So maybe very soon, I'll check how you are faring on your social platforms, social media platforms. Are you visible? What are you posting? Are you notable? Do people know what you're doing? Do your relatives know what you do? Your network, do they know what does Elizabeth Mwenja does? Do they know? There are so many people who hide their careers. They do not want to tell people that they are agents. Do people know what Brian Wanjara does? Do they know? Do they know what Namunyak? Do they know what you do? Do they know? Your church, do they know? The WhatsApp groups you are in, wanajua kweli, Grace Kimani, do they know? Okay? You must be notable. If you are not notable, people buy people. People are not willing to buy stuff from strangers. And Jude Wachiuri, you must be notable. Lazima. Brian, you must be notable. That's very, very important. And maybe one of the things that you can be able to ask yourself is how can you make yourself notable? Maybe that is assignment number one. How can you make yourself visible? How? How can you make yourself visible? What must you do, especially in the new year, 2025? Utafanya nini tukuone? Brian Wanjara, what will you do? If you look at Optiven, we started 25 years ago, you know. The first 10 years, we were not notable. Nobody knew about Optiven. In fact, people are struggling to pronounce the word Optiven, you know. 25 years later, we are everywhere, not only in Kenya, across the world. Why? We were very intentional. Let me ask you, Johona, are you intentional that the next 5 years, 10 years, you'll be more notable, even more than Optiven? And there are things you can do. I'm sure you have seen some of the tech companies, technology companies, what they are doing in Kenya. You know, there's this company that is doing something called Sabaza Furaha, you know, and they are going village to village, highway to highway. They want to be notable. But for you, who you want to hide, you don't tell people what you do. How will they know? You know? And the first person who need to know what you do is your pastor. Lazima ajue unafanya nini, your relatives, you know, so that now you expand. Once you are notable, people believe in you, and then they'll ask you, Judy Wanjiru, what do you do? By the way, unafanyaga kazi gani? Then utawaambia. And then by the time you're telling them, it's an opportunity to pitch. Opportunity to pitch. Never waste time. Never waste time to pitch. Whether you're in an elevator, whether you're in a matatu, whether you're in a wedding ceremony, for me, every single time is a pitching time. You know, yesterday I went to see this hotel called JW Marriott. You know, I went there yesterday. And of course, I ordered tea. And this guy who came, the manager, and asked me, hey, by the way, how are we faring so far? Hey, man, you ask a marketer such a question, umejileta kwa kichinjio. Alijileta kwa kichinjio. Alijileta ni kama, na ninamwangalia, naona huyu anaweza nunua vipingo huyu anakaa 6 million, 5 million. Then I say, hey, it's okay, the restaurant is fantastic, it's fabulous, it's good. I like the treatment of your staff here. My name is George, and I empower people to have their own homes. My job is to ensure that you have a home in the city of Nairobi, in Mombasa, in Kisumu, in Kitale. Oh, okay, George. Oh, George of Optiven. I know Optiven. Now, that was a discussion. So you must be able to find those opportunities for discussion. Don't just say, I am good. No. I am good is not an answer. If somebody comes through your circle, they must know, me as Jude Wanjiru, this is what I do. This is what I do. Let them know. Okay? And once you do that, definitely great things are going to happen. I was so happy on the platform. I saw a few questions, a few Q&A people are asking, you know, and I said I'll tackle a few in this session because I know you keep generating these questions, and my job is to help you using my experience, using my 25 years business experience to help you on how to handle some of these queries, the gray areas, and that is mentorship. Because mentorship doesn't mean that I want to go to the notebook, read stuff, and come and state them here. No, it's what happens in our business, what happens in Optivate. And I'm happy to see there were over 18 questions. I may not handle all of them, but I can handle a few. What are the questions that I saw? And next time, by the way, when you ask a question, just put your name next to the question so that you are mentioned when I'm doing presentation. They say that the more you are mentioned, there's visibility, okay? There's branding. We are branding you. It's very important. So the question number one, I don't know who asked, is how do you present yourself or make yourself visible? How do you present yourself or make yourself a marketable brand? How can you make yourself as a marketable brand? Grace Jogona, how can you make yourself a marketable brand? I want to go to the chat line and tell me, how can you make yourself a marketable brand? I'll read the first few, or I ask Nagirai to read the first 3 or 4, because I don't have a separate gadget. How can you present yourself or make yourself a marketable brand? Remember, people buy brands. Especially nowadays in our industry, real estate, people are very fearful. But how can you present yourself as a brand? Maximilian, you become a brand, Maximilian. Brand Grace, how can you present yourself? How can you do it? Please type it. I want to see you typing. I'll read the first 3, then I'll share my thoughts on it. Type something. How can you make yourself a marketable brand? Yeah, just type it there. This is participatory. Yeah, type it there. Utajiuza namna gani? Grace Jogona, I can see there. You are typing. Being trustworthy. I love that. Yes. People know that you are a person who can be trusted. And a person who can be trusted, there are those people who pay mshwari. Those people who borrow from friends and they pay, you can be trusted. Your word can be taken to the bank. How else can you build yourself as a marketable brand? Muridi Ngari. Muridi, Kupe, you are here. Wow, fantastic. Thank you, Muridi. I can see Elizabeth Moja, you have posted. So Nagirai, you can read for me those posts.
Yes.
Nagirai, go.
Yes, I can read it. Castro Kevin says, by being knowledgeable. Morey Vingare says, via experience and value. Rosalind Serem says, be consistent. Elizabeth Mwenja says, be knowledgeable on what you are selling. Jen Jogu says, by being real, no fake information to clients. Kemani says, be genuine.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you very much. Jogona says, being practical. I like that. Thank you, Nagilai. And yes, those are the things that will make you, your organization, your agency, a marketable brand. I remember when I was a young man, that was the year when I was doing real estate, I think somewhere 2008, and I was trying stuff. I was trying to do things, and I went up there in the marketplace, saw a piece of land. I loved it. I liked it. There were 3 owners. They were looking presentable. They were great men. They were talking well. They were driving good car. And yes, I was there, 10 acres. And I said, wow, that's a beautiful investment. And guess what? I trusted these guys, paid a deposit, 5 million. And to cut the long story short, because the story is in my book, Sold Like an Eagle, that 5 million, I lost it. I lost 5 million Kenya shillings on one transaction. Why? These people, they were not trustworthy. They were not genuine. Can you imagine? The other day, someone told me that these guys, now they are broke. They ate the money. They went to the village. They don't have anything. That means if you destroy your brand, if you demarket, it is such a word, demarket your brand, it means you're demarketing yourself, you're making yourself worse. And I'm so happy that the contribution people are saying, be genuine, be honest. Let your word be your bond. Very, very important. How do you present yourself and make yourself marketable? One of the things you can present yourself and market yourself and make a big brand is using your socials, using your social media. You know, on the other mentorship, there's a mentee who told me, George Wachiuri, I know you tell us to go to social media and post and develop content, create blogs. Akaniambia, it is not me. Me, I can't go to social media. I don't like social media, especially I don't like Facebook. Then I told the person, then you are in trouble. Please leave business, go and sell ice cream. Because the market is in the socials. But in this social media, how do you present yourself? One of the things you must check, what kind of a photo have you put on that platform? Is it a presentable photo? Is it a good one? Maybe some of you are wondering, how comes now wewe mentor, ulikuja na suti kutuongelesha? I had a choice to put a t-shirt. In fact, I'm in the house. This is not the office. I'm in the house. I had a choice just to come the way I sleep. I had a choice. But one thing I know, the people I'm speaking to are millionaires. You may not be a millionaire today or a billionaire today, but you're going to become a billionaire because you're in this forum. So I can't take it for granted. And I know Nagirai is going to post this YouTube on my platform. The people who are in the US, who are in Europe, who are in Kenya, they don't know that we are doing this thing at night. Apana, no. How do you present yourself in social? How is your X? How is your FB? How is your IG? The content that you develop. How is the content? How is the content? People are very interesting. They're going to come to your platforms and they're going to check you out. And I can tell you this secret. The time we interview people at Optiven, we also check at people's socials. The other day, we got a very nice marketer. Excellent, good, great. Very good in oratory skills. Until the time we went to his socials, we discovered these are the people who say Kikuyus are murderers. These are the guy who was saying tribalistic statements. The guy who abuses politicians. The guy who abuses everybody else. Then I said, even if you are number one in the interview, sorry, we do not want this kind of a brand, this kind of a person. So you must be very careful. Remember, social media, never forget. And if you have no break of posting wrong things, get somebody who can discipline you. Me, I have a disciplinarian called Nagilai. Sometimes I post these, even on WhatsApp, and I delete. Yeah, say, no. This one does not befit Optiven CEO. I find this deleted, you know? So take care of your socials. Your socials will reflect your brand. Number two, your speech. Be careful on how you construct your speech, how you approach people. Be a positive person. Use proper adjectives, you know? How you speak to your business. How is business? We are thriving. If you ask me, George, how is Optiven? We are thriving. I will never confess that we are suffering. No, who, me? No, I can't. I won't. The same case with you. When you go to that business in the morning, speak to it. I learned something from Asians. Every morning they open their shop. Every morning they start with worship. That moshi you see, that smoke you see. Some of us, Judy, some of us, Emma, some of us, we open our businesses with zero prayer. You know, you just open, meet customers. Me, sometimes, you know, we are dealing with many customers at Optiven. Sometimes I get emails that are very abusive from some customers, tough ones, bad ones. And then the customer tells you, I am going to see you tomorrow. You know, the other day I was meeting one that was very furious. In the morning when I pray for them by their names. You know, I pray for them. And this customer, when I met him in the office, the guy was smiling. Yet he was breathing fire on messages. That is what we are talking about. Your speech, what you speak. There is power in what you confess, what you speak. So we can change that. And that's maybe something that you can practice. If you find yourself here always negative, you can practice. These things you practice, you practice, you practice, you practice. Read a book, positive books, Listen to videos. Go to Dr.George Wachiuri YouTube. Listen to those videos. Go to Joel Austin. Listen. Okay? Your speech. And then your reliability. I think someone talked about reliability. How do you build your brand? How do you build yourself as a marketable brand? Be reliable. There's something we say at Optivate that please never overpromise. If you're doing a project, we are doing compacted Maram roads, it's not Cabro. If the project is 4.5 kilometers off the ocean, like Vipingo, 4.5 kilometers off the ocean, it is not touching the ocean. You can view the ocean, yes, in some properties, but it's not touching the ocean. Be reliable. Give information that a customer can rely on, so that the time they are coming to view, you have given the fact. Especially agents, they tell you, hey, there's a property along Thika Highway. Where? Just near the tarmac. Aha, unafika Loiro. Hey, 40 kilometers going to the south, you know, and then say, hey, no, it's too far. But if you give somebody even good coordinates, like for us at Optivate, all our projects have got good coordinates. We tell you the way things are, you know. So the same case with all of us. When you handle a customer, be a reliable person. You better miss that site visit. Miss it. But you tell the customer the truth. Right now, we are selling the Pingo. We are telling customers the project is new. We have not done Cabro paved roads. We have not done perimeter wall. We have not finished the gate. But we have graded the roads. But the next 3 years, we'll do clubhouse, swimming pool, Cabro paved roads. We plant coconut trees. You know, we are selling the future, selling the future. And then as you sell the future, please let the future come to fruition. You know, the other day we are doing something in Kiambu, and we are now finishing. Somebody said, hey, for sure, Optivate, I can count on you. The same case with you. Be a reliable person, okay? Then finally, how do you market yourself as a brand? Finally, relate with other brands that are respected. It's called, you are an average of your 5 friends. Who are your friends, your company? Whom do you benchmark with, for example? And that's why for all of us, you are very blessed that you are relating with Optivate. Optivate is a highly respected brand, both in Kenya and across the globe. So if tell somebody, I am an agent of Optivate, definitely they will listen to you. Oh, you know, Wachiuri, yes, Wachiuri, I was with him yesterday. I greet him every day. Every Monday, we are with him. You know, relate yourself with credible brand. Very, very important. So whoever asked that question, you can tell me who you are. Just type your name there so that I mention you, the person who asked that question. Question number 2 was, get ready for a good... No. The same question, question number 1. That one you have handled. There's someone who asked, what is the role of an agent? I don't know who it is. What is the role of an agent? What is your role? And I would say, one of your responsibility is definitely creating yourself as a brand. Number 2, get ready for good physical pitch. Yeah. Do you have a good pitch that you have memorized? You know it, you can recite it, you can say it. Do you have a good physical pitch? Or do you have something that is virtual? That somebody asks you, who is Jude Wanjiru? You have a video that describes you. Yeah. There's something, short video, 60 seconds, 90 seconds video about Emma. Do you have it? Get ready for a good virtual intro or physical pitch. Do a nice video, okay? Maybe as you go on, those are the kind of assignments. And by the way, nowadays, you can do it using your phone. You don't need big machines. You can do it using your phone. Be a content developer. Develop content every day. See something on your platforms. Develop content. However, you can't develop content if you don't have it. But how do you get content? Be a reader. Read books. Yeah. Get a book. How to Start Small and Build an Empire by George Wachiuri. Read it. And then this book can give you content for 3 years. So once in a while you have a chapter, you know, you open a chapter and then develop content on your platforms and people can read. Develop a selling, you know, unleash your full potential, develop a status, and who knows what is business? Tell people what is business, what's a vision, and then keep developing. And that way you get ready to go to the next level. And definitely never ever as an agent miss a PowerPoint presentation. You can be called upon. Should be on your phone. You can plug it in and then do a pitch. Never miss that. What's the role of an agent? We are saying you need to build yourself as a brand. Number 2, get ready for a good physical pitch. Okay. Number 3, understand the property market. Oh, yes. We are all in properties. Do you know how the market is going? Do you have data for the market? Do you check the data from Kenya Bureau of Statistics? What's the deficit of housing in Kenya? What's the percentage of land occupied by Kenyans? What's the percentage of community land? Sometimes I hear people talking about property bubble, me na cheka. Especially media, na wachekelea. How? There's no bubble in Kenya. Because Kenya, 70% of our people are below 35 years. These are the guys who are going to get married. They need homes. They need places to build. So there's no bubble in Kenya. 70% of our land is community land. Understand the market so that as you talk to a customer, you are a teacher, you are a trainer, you are oozing with data. Very, very important. Understand the market. As you understand the property market, the properties you are selling, you must also understand the neighborhood. I think there's one company that markets just neighborhood. They don't market their product. They just market neighborhoods. Vipingo, near Sultan Palace, near PG Golf, 30 minutes from the airport, Mombasa, more international airport, Mombasa. Understand the market, the property market. Understand location, the neighborhood where you are selling. Sometimes I'm taken by agents to see some properties, and they don't know the location. They don't know what is happening. They don't know the schools that are there. They don't understand the distances. Understand the distances, the neighborhoods. Very, very important. The other day, I think there is one of the agents here who has been selling our properties. I think it's Gary. He has been selling our properties. I was mesmerized. He understands our properties like the palm of his hand. He'll tell you where all these properties are. Great Oasis, Nanyuki, where it is. Kitale project, Kisumu project. That's what you're talking about. And then somebody also asked, at what point should the agent link the buyer to the seller? At what point? That is participatory question. You can type for me, at what point? Uko na property pale unauza Kiambu. You know the owner. And now you want to introduce Optivate. At what point? Just type for me, at what point? And then I'll tell you my story, what I did wrong. Okay? At what point should the agent link the buyer with the seller? And as you type, I'll tell you a story. When I was doing agency, I got a very nice property in Karen. And I got a buyer, a serious buyer. This buyer had cash. And I rushed to tell the owner about the buyer. And you know what happened? I jumped before putting things into order. I lost the deal. The property was bought, no commission, 0 commission. I lost 2.1 million. To tell me, at what point should the agent link the buyer? And once again, Nagira will read for me the first few ones. Okay. Nagira read for me the first few ones. At what point should the agent link the buyer with the seller? Because hapo ndio pesa ya agents iko. Kevin, karibu sana. Kevin Castro, asante sana, karibu sana. Nimeona umejoin. Brian Wanjala, asante sana, karibu sana. Okay. Okay, tell me.
Grace Njuguna says, first have a contract with the buyer. Then Elizabeth Mwenja says, after you have done the proper research about the property and verified. Rosaline Sarem says, only link once your sales instructions are signed and to have a letter of offer signed by the purchaser.
Is that the end?
Yes, we have those ones for now.
Thank you, Nagilai. Thank you, Nagilai. Asante sana. Wow. That's why I said we are learning from each other. I like those 3 points. Yes. At what point should the agent, at what point should Grace Joanna link the buyer with the seller? At what point? One of the things that you must build is like rapport. Build rapport with the buyer. Of course, once you build rapport with the person buying, okay, it will open up the relationship because people buy relationships. And then before you do stuff, you need to do your own research. Is the property okay? Is this property clean? You know, there are many times I've been shown properties by agents only to discover the property have got court case. Nowadays, very easy to check court cases. It's online. You just Google. And remember one time I went to see a property in Loiro. I just Googled the owner and I saw like 5 court cases. I ran away. So do it before you introduce your potential. Yourself, you need to like the property also. You need to like it. I think it was last year, an agent took me to Thika Superhighway for a property that is 50% stony, 50% in Maui, tupu. Then I said, I'm not going to, to sell kokoto, So you have to like the property first. So don't waste a lot of your energy. Don't waste your energy. Have a buy-in first. And then, as Serem said, sign the agency agreement. Oh, yes. That is what I missed. I missed signing the agency agreement. And what happened? I lost 2.1 million. I know most of you have lost. You need to confess. Agents lose a lot of money. The other day, I was doing some mentorship to an agent who lost almost 20 million. Sold a property and he was not paid a cent. Why? The guy did not sign the agency agreement. Now usiniambie ati huyu mtu ni brother yangu, hapana. Please, when somebody is selling, they are very good with the agents. Lakini ukishampatia mnunuzi, mtu anakuwa nyoka. Mtu anakuwa kitu ingine, anakuwa simba. Doesn't pick the phone. Please, as Madam Serem said, sign the agency agreement. Also, ensure authority to sell. Do you have authority to sell? Is it signed? Ama ni shamba ya wenyewe unaonyesha watu. Grace Kimani, okay, has a comment there. Do you have authority to sell? Ama you are selling mountains? Milima na hujui ni ya nani. Hiyo milima ni ya nani? Do you have authority to sell? Even those people don't know how to read. Trust it. Let them go and sign. If they don't know how to sign, waweke kidole na rangi. Na rangi waweke kidole. You have authority to sell. Very, very, very important. But of course, you are all aware that we'll be practicing with the Vipingo or Kimuka project for Optiven. Now, this is a different situation. I do not want to sign your agency. Me, I'm a mentor. So once you sell, you sell. And of course, we share do's and don'ts. So don't fear giving Nagilai that lead to take the customer and review. But that's highly different. But people are not sure of. You must follow those kind of rules and regulations. The other day, there's an agent who showed me land. Nikamwambia, do you have authority to sell? No. Even before you show me, go and get authority to sell. And for sure, this guy wanted to deny this agent commission. Yeah, good money in Geenda. So very, very important. The last question, because I can see I have 9 minutes. How to secure, someone asked, how do you secure commission? How do you secure commission? I think we have handled that. And I think it's somebody who said, this agreement, you can even, if the commission is sizable, you can even involve a lawyer. Okay, that agreement should be signed by our kin so that nobody can say, hey, I did not see it. That's how you secure your commission. Agreement must be fully signed by the lawyer. And then the terms must be very clear. At what point will you be paid? Several times we have bought properties on installments ourselves. We say this property, we are going to pay the owner in 3 installments. Every 3 months, certain amount. For your agreement, what is the agreement? Is it upfront? Is it per payment? Or do you want the person buying the property to deduct your commission? Some people do that. The commission is deducted from source so that you are secure. Okay? Very important. Like for us, when we have agents, I can see 2 of our agents who sell our properties. What we do, we pay 50% upon the customer paying 50%. If the property is 6 million, the customer pays 3 million, we pay you the first 2.5%. When the customer finishes, the other 2.5%. We do that. Okay? So depending on the agreement. Then the last question. Not the last question for tonight, question number 4. Who pays commission? Yeah, who pays commission? Maybe you can type there, you'll be doing this business. Who pays commission? Nagira can read the first 3. Who pays commission? Umeshauzia Optiven shamba kubwa pale Vipingo. Who pays commission? Is it Optiven or the landowner? Who pays commission? Okay. Castro says the seller. I like that. Thank you, Castro. Castro says the seller pays commission. That's why you must secure it. Okay. Any other comment? Who pays commission? Okay. Who pays commission? Okay. Especially for big lands, big properties. Who pays commission? Yeah, I think I agree with Castro. Okay. Brian Wanjara Meet says it's Optiven. Yeah, since you accuse yetu, we are the owner, so we shall pay you commission. I like Jenny Jogu's statement. Finder's fee. Yeah, you can agree upfront. Well, umemarket shamba, umemarketia mtu, have an agreement. You know, finder's fee. Mimi kama Optiven nimekuambia unitafutie shamba wapi? Kitale. Umeenda Kitale umetafuta. But don't claim finder's fee when I'm already buying. Hapana, upfront agreement. Na imesainiwa Optiven, you pay me something small, you know, finder's fee. Okay, I think I like that, finder's fee. And even us, once in a while, we have paid it when we are desperate, looking for pieces of land in some areas, na tumekosa. We assign a few agents, go and look for it, we'll pay you some finder's fee. Grace Kimani says, seller and buyer, yeah, sometimes, but basically the industry practice is mwenye shamba. Mwenye shamba, ndiye analipa commission, but the seller can safeguard you to ensure that haulukwi. Okay, I think we'll put a stop there. And we have about 5 minutes. We can answer 1 or 2 questions. And then next session, I think, will be over Christmas. So Nagilai, when is the next session? I think next Monday. I don't know. I think it will be over holiday. Inaonekana tutapatana January. So I think it's January, the first Monday of January. I don't know which date. Nagilai will tell us. But we can allow 1 or 2 questions. Nagilai, take it up.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. That was a lot of learning, a lot of unlearning. And I believe, yes, we can agree on the next time we are meeting. I can see a question by Castro. He says, can we get this recording? Yes, we can get this recording because I've recorded. I'm waiting for the other questions as I check on the calendar as well, so that we can set up a date for the next meeting. Because next week, najua watu watakuwa kwa sherehe kabisa. So we may not put a day for next week, neither the following week. So we are going to January. And most likely the week that starts on 6th. That's the week I'm looking at. Most likely either the 8th or 7th. 2 days. So I will communicate in the forum the date, then we will be good to go. Do we have any other question, or we get 1 question from the forum? But our time is up. So we had agreed 1 hour, so 1 hour is already done. I'm checking if there is any Can't see any of the comments or the questions. There is one from Jane Njogu. Was this answered? Will the contract be commissioned by a lawyer to be legal? I think that was handled. Then John Njogu says, Daktari, are you saying stop asking for commission from buyer? Daktari, you can respond to that.
Okay, sijasema. I say the buyer pays. You know, the person, let's see, Nagilai owns land, right? And Optiven is the buyer. Yeah. You can't ask commission from the buyer. The seller pays commission unless there's finder's fee. If you are sent by Optiven, utafute shamba pale Katanga, unaambia Optiven, utanipatia some finder's fee, maybe you can agree. But the general practice, yani ile ya kawaida, the general practice, kama vile unaona mtu akitaka kuokoka na odoa na pasta, huwezi ombea pasta ndiye anakuombea because they tunaokoka. The general practice, the person who pays commission ni mwenye shamba because yeye hana buyer. Yeah, hana. But the person, if Optiven is going to buy, unless we agree in advance, finder's fee. Unitafutie shamba na mahali unatafuta, mahali utaipata, upata shamba ya Nagilai, bas, unaambia Nagilai in advance. The way Serem said, sign the contract that you pay commission. Either 2.5, 3%, whatever percentage, 5% sometimes, yes. Okay.
Awesome. I think, yeah, that question is well handled, and thank you so much, Daktari. Yeah, good people. I believe now we are done with our first 1 hour session with Daktari. Yes, 6 more to go. And definitely, as Daktari has promised, in January, we will have a lot of activities because apart from the other sessions, we'll also plan to visit one of our properties in the coast. And definitely, there are rules for you to do that. Why? Because any marketer who wants to thrive or any marketer who does well must be a disciplined marketer. And definitely, one of the reasons why we search is just to make sure that we are sharpened, we are becoming better people, and we also become well-disciplined, because well-disciplined soldiers are the best soldiers. So without much ado, I just want to appreciate.
1 minute, one minute, Nagilai. There's somebody who's asking me on WhatsApp. Someone is asking me, I have customers for Optiven, and I have previously brought customers, but I was paid a token. You know, there's money we pay our special Optiven envoy. We pay them some fixed amount. This person who is here is asking me, can I sign my contract for my my commission? Yes, if you want to sign, you have a customer, you want to sign a contract, Nagilai has got validated contracts. You can talk to Nagilai, you can sign, and then you can bring those customers to Nagilai, and Joki will be organizing how they go to view. And then Optiven is very honest. Of course, there are some rules that if you bring a customer that is already with Optiven, huyo sio wako, huyo ni wetu. We are looking for fresh customers, so you can sign a contract. Yes, we are ready. We are ready for business, so don't shy away. So hata ukitaka kusign kesho, sign na ulete hiyo mteja upate pesa ya Krismasi. Asante sana, Nagilai, you can close the meeting.
Thank you, Daktari, and all of us have a blessed night. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See you in 2025. Asante.
God bless.